Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the Penn State press conference where they just defeated East Carolina by a score of 8-7. The floor is now open for questions.
Seamus, let's start with you. You came in the fifth inning, battled through the fifth, then pretty much shut down ECU the rest of the game. Tell us about your approach coming in, maybe something you saw with the ECU lineup.
Yeah, ECU's always been really competitive whenever we played them. But first pitch strikes, getting ahead of batters, keeping them off speed. But I got to give it to my defense. I mean, I was really confident in them, allowing ECU to put the ball in play. So it was pretty much throw strikes and throw the batter and be aggressive. So it worked out well.
Brett, this is directed towards you. You know, you guys come in as the 7th seed. You're matched up first round with the defending national champion, basically in their own backyard. You know, what was it like, you know, coming into this tournament, knowing that you guys were going to play, you know, one of the best teams in the nation, if not the best team in the nation, you know, with a pretty significant fan base, a lot of outside factors and variables that could have affected you guys, a lot of adversity. Talk a little bit about, you know, how you guys prepared for this and, you know, how you guys were able to, you know, effectively defeat your opponent today. Yeah.
Well, I definitely think that every team is capable of beating any other team in this tournament, especially this year. It's sound 1 through 8 ranking-wise. We had seen ECU earlier in the year. We played them last year in the World Series in the semifinal game. So we've been pretty familiar with that team, how Ben Fox runs it, which is tremendously well. And they threw Walden, who we had seen earlier in the year. We kind of knew his approach and the way that he throws. So, you know, we were kind of banking on, you know, just riding the wave from regionals and just the fact that we had seen these guys before. We knew what we were getting. I wouldn't go ahead and say that it was a good matchup for us, but definitely made it a little bit easier, the fact that we had seen them rather than a team we know nothing about other than stats.
Brett, this question's for you. You take a 5-0 lead in the first inning. You haven't hardly started the game. What's the atmosphere in the dugout? How do you keep you guys focused on not playing 9 innings?
Yeah. Our atmosphere is always electric on the dugout, no matter if it's the first pitch of the game or, I mean, obviously I think you guys saw the last pitch of the game was pretty phenomenal atmosphere-wise. So I think, you know, we come out, score 5 runs. Our hair is on fire, and I think we kind of just rode that wave a little bit. We knew that we were going to score runs no matter if it was the first inning or the 7th or the 9th or whatever it might be. You know, like I kind of mentioned with Ryan, you know, we did that in regionals, and, you know, we're just going to keep going with it.
Seamus, back to you. Coming out of the bullpen and going 5 innings, I'm guessing that's one of your longer outings out of the bullpen this year. How do you mentally prepare yourself coming in the 5th inning thinking, you know, can I go the rest of the way?
Yeah, it's something my dad always told me, just take 1 pitch at a time, win every pitch. So just kind of put a maximum effort into every delivery and making sure that each pitch is your best. Sometimes it falls your way, sometimes it doesn't. But again, really having a defense that's solid as ours, and I have the utmost trust in all of them, so it makes me a lot more comfortable on the mound, especially if it's something I'm not used to, being that in that depth. But I have the confidence in myself and my team, so that made it a lot easier.
Patrick, this question's for you. You know, you guys put up 8 runs against ECU. Granted, a lot of those runs were put on the table for you guys, but you still cashed in. 8 runs is 8 runs, no matter how you get it. Talk a little bit about the offense that you guys have at Penn State, how consistent it's been all year, and how that's translating over to this World Series.
Yeah, we have a very balanced lineup this year. Most of our approaches are look fastball and adjust the off-speed and try to punch them through the right side. And obviously, we had trouble at the beginning of the season just stringing hits together, so we've had an emphasis on kind of stringing them together, and when runners get on, try to make things happen with hitting runs and stuff. So we're clicking at the right time, and we're looking forward to the rest of the tournament.
Questions for Patrick also. I thought your home run was a key factor. It answered their comeback. Tell us about your bat.
So he got me 1-2, and he came with the fastball. It was a little low. And I was actually sitting fastball because I thought he was going to come right back with it on the outside half, and he ended up hanging a curveball, and I just put a good swing on it and was able to drive it out of the park.
Coach, moving on now, ECU's in the rearview mirror. Now you're looking at Iowa State. You had mentioned how you felt like you had a benefit having known intimately the ECU program. Do you have any experience against Iowa State? Have you met up with them before? And how are you going to approach that game?
Yeah, we haven't seen Iowa State at all. I've been here for 5 years, and I can't remember seeing Iowa State, even just having them play, whether it be in spring training or any type of tournament. So we're kind of going on what we saw in the previous game. Earlier today, we were all out, kind of getting our scouts and our looks. We'll kind of just take it one pitch at a time, no matter what team's out there. It's kind of what we did in the regional with a couple of teams that we hadn't seen all year. So we'll just kind of bank on doing that just as well.
Any further questions?
With the extra day off, how's your pitching stack up for Sunday?
Yeah, like I mentioned, our pitching staff's extremely deep this year. Throwing 2 guys in a 9-inning game is huge for us. So our pitching, rotation-wise is the same as it has been. Relief-wise, pretty much exactly how we expected it. So being able to throw Strebig and Lunny today was pretty much what we relied on and what we were planning on. And we'll kind of go further with that plan for the rest of the tournament.
Any further questions? Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Of course.